Hi, welcome back to My Yoga to Go. This is a level 2 strength video that we're calling lower body sculpt. Let's begin. You'll need your sticky mat, of course. You'll need a strap most likely and a block for sure. So just set that gear out the way. Come onto the top of your sticky mat and stand with your feet about shoulders width apart. Sometimes I have you stand hips width. Today in this program, go a little bit wider, so let's say shoulders width, and then turn your toes out about 15 degrees. Bend your knees a little bit. This is technically not a yoga pose, but rather a qigong exercise that's called, in the Chinese, gathering flowers. And it's a great way to warm up your legs. So it looks like this. You bend down low, scoop with your hands as though you're gathering some flowers, and then straightening your legs, you bring those imaginary flowers up to your face. You inhale their fragrance. And then as you exhale, you rebend your knees as you press the palms down. You settle. Bend knees deeply, gather some imaginary flowers, inhale their fragrance. And then exhaling, turn the palms down. Settle. Inhale, bend down, gather. Exhale, slight bend, settle. Inhale, bend down, gather. Exhale, palms down, settle. 5 more. Three, 4, 5, settle. Now it's kind of deceptive, isn't it? That just when you're in this position, which is strong and sturdy, the legs feel like they're continually glowing. So you want to feel the warmth of your legs, the spread of your toes. And for our next one, you just keep the legs, that foundation of your legs in place, and notice that when the legs are firm and supportive, your arms actually can move freely. So you're just going to swing your arms like you're a kid who is all excited to play with maybe a new Christmas toy or something. And you just cross your elbows, entwine your forearms, and boom, like that. You just tricked your way into the eagle's pose. Now, steer your thumbs in line with the bridge of your nose. Squeeze your elbows against each other to broaden your back. Then with your next exhale, release the knees out, as though you're letting the knees release out of your lower back. And you're going to come as low down as you can into a deep squat. At your lowest point, bring your elbows toward your tailbone. Then bring your tailbone forward toward your elbows. Find your lower belly. Firm your lower belly. And round your entire back. Then from the strength of your legs, you're going to push down into your heels, come all the way back up into our starting position, which is just this one. Take note of which arm you have on top because I didn't specify. So that now when you start to swing again, swing like the same sort of carefree, happy kid on Christmas vacation, that you just, whoops, swing the opposite arm on top. If it feels too easy, you're probably doing the same arm again. So just be sure to change sides. Once more, steer your thumbs in line with the bridge of your nose. Squeeze your elbows together, never your teeth. And then begin to release the knees out. The wider you let the knees go out, the more room you have in your hip joints. And that'll help you hinge and fold. Don't put your breath on hold. Keep it moving. Keep the tailbone moving toward the elbows. Keep the elbows moving toward the tailbone. Find and firm your belly. Make it support your back. Strong legs pressing down to the ground. Come all the way back up to our original spot. Again, you'll be tempted to straighten your legs all the way. Keep them a little bent. And release. And swing. And release. And swing. And then arms down to side. Now, heel toe your feet just to hips width. Aim all 10 of your toes forward. Make the feet firm in the ground and then soften at your hip creases. So that's yoga in a nutshell, the balanced tone. Firm feet, soft hips begin to fold down for standing forward bend. Fold down. Eventually let your arms hang down. Let your head hang down, especially through the back of the neck. Keep the firmness of the feet so you're not going to go soggy. Firm feet. Soft hips. Fluid breath. Now bend your knees, slide your fingers a little bit forward on the ground in front of your feet, and then heel toe your feet once more, a little bit wider than shoulders width. So my measurement is to have the heels on the outer edges of the mat. And when you look at your toes, you want to make sure the toes are turned out about 15 degrees relative to the outer edge of your mat. Okay, now bend your knees so that your thighs come parallel to the ground. You also want to make sure that your torso is parallel to the ground. Take a few moments to sort that out on your own. Take a look at your legs, thighs parallel to the ground, torso parallel to the ground. Without pushing your teeth together, push your heels into the ground. Curl your tailbone toward your pubic bone so your belly engages, and then let the arms release out, almost like they're wide, let's say, pterodactyl wings. Wide wings, strong legs. Again, fluid breath. There's no real name for this one, at least in classical yoga, but we call it the colicky babies pose because it's not quite as happy as the happy babies. It's a little bit more intense, and it definitely heats you up. Release, hands down, straighten your legs, bring the toes in, the heels in, the toes in, the heels in, until your feet are hips width. Again, grab your elbows and you're just going to fold. And you're going to make those feet firm by spreading your toes, by lifting your arches. Then soften your hips and let the whole head hang down. 3 breaths. One more. And put your hands in the back of your pelvis. With your hands, push the tail down toward the heels. Come all the way up to standing. Step your left foot back toward the back of your mat. Turn your feet so they're parallel. And you want to walk your feet out wide to a wide stride. If you've done the level 2 classes or programs, you remember that wide stride means ankles just shy of wrists. So sort that one out. Bring your hands on your hips again. And then from this parallel feet position, you're going to kick your heels in and your toes out. Heels in, toes out. Now, kind of like the other squats, you're going to release your knees out, 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 out. Only this time, put your hands on the knees. Pitch your torso forward a little bit. Long arm people like myself, you might notice your shoulders come up toward your ears. Don't worry about that for this pose here. Just make a firm pressure from your hands onto your knees, almost like the arms are like buttresses, flying buttresses on the cathedral. Now the point of this is when you steady your knees like this, you prevent them from moving. Rather than moving your right knee, just turn your belly to the left. A few times, roll the belly to the left. Wash the belly to the left. And eventually, as you do that, you'll start to notice that something starts to peel away from your inner thigh. Some of the stiffness on the inner thigh begins to dissolve. Turn belly as you steady your knee. Let's try it on the other side. So come to center. Keep your hands steady on the knees. Here's the other thing, if I could say, what most people do. Instead of turning your belly, you just turn your head. And then you've gone back into the ivory tower of your head, and you're no longer inhabiting your legs. So once more, firm pressure of those knees. Turn your belly to the right. And you'll find out that it's kind of got a mind of its own. That it doesn't like to go too linearly to the right. In fact, it kind of takes little
little detours, and even little retreats. Nevertheless, you keep peeling your belly away from your inner thigh as you steady that knee and soften your neck. Now, come to center with your torso. Ground your outer heels. Tuck your buttock flesh and right your torso so the torso is going straight up. From there, you take your arms up overhead, hook your thumbs together. And with your thumbs hooked, this one's kind of nice because you can pull the thumbs against each other and make your elbows straight. Again, inhabit your legs. Drop the buttock flesh. Reach the arms. And feel the length of your waist moving up into your open chest. Now release. You come all the way up. Bring your hands on your hips. Turn the toes in, the heels in, the toes in, the heels in, the toes in, the heels in, till your feet come all the way together. Inhale. Take your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale. Swan dive to standing forward bend. Inhale. Slide your chest forward away from your thighs. Exhale. Again, dive into the forward bend. Inhale, slide your chest forward, get long in your waist. Exhale, fold down for the forward bend. Inhale, slide your chest forward, strong legs, long waist. Exhale, dive down, forward bend. Once more. Inhale, long waist, moving away from your strong, steady legs. And exhale, dive down, forward bend. Put your hands on the back of your pelvis this time. Push the buttock flesh down toward the heels. Come all the way up. Up to standing. Now, bring the feet hips width. I know I keep changing the stride for you. Feet hips width. Let your knees release forward over your toes. At the same time, let your hips move back away from your knees. So the knees are going forward, the hips are going backward. And again, that's sort of the essence of Hatha Yoga, is the balance of opposites. Knees forward, hips backward. From there, you'll feel the legs engage, but they don't bunch. They sort of lengthen as they strengthen. Stay in that shape. Move your buttock flesh down toward your heels so your lower back is not overarched. And this time when you take your arms up overhead, you're still going to hook the thumbs, only you'll put the opposite thumb in front so it feels almost like it's someone else's hands. Pull your thumbs against each other. Breathe. Remember, when we say breathe, it means permit fluid breathing. Harness the strength of those legs into the length of your waist. And then stand down on your legs to come up. Make the legs strong as they straighten. Keep reaching up through your arms. Do a little bitty back bend to open your chest. And exhale, arms down to side. Let's walk out wide, same wide stride. For this one, you probably will want to use a block. In fact, even if you're a super flexible type or someone who's just too lazy to grab a block, I'd encourage you to get it because it will help improve your overall alignment. So your feet are going to go out wide. How wide? Ankles just shy of wrists. You're going to put your block behind your right heel. You turn the left toes in just a little. You turn the right toes all the way out. And you're going to bend your right knee. Be very diligent to track the knee over the middle toes of your foot. Put your right hand down. Thank goodness there's a block around. Extend your left arm over your ear. So it's just side angle pose. Only with all those squats that we've been doing, can you feel how much freer your right hip is? You feel how now, having buttressed your knee moments ago, you can keep it steady while just peeling your belly away from the inner thigh. Peel the belly away. Turn your chest open to the sky. And bring your block with you. Come all the way up. Parallel your feet. Right toes in a little, left toes out a lottle. Bend your left knee, put your hand down on block. Again, steady knee, fluid breath. Stretch your right arm over your ear for old side angle pose. Feel the freedom of your left hip. Peel your belly away from the inner thigh as you turn your chest open. Breathe. Pump the legs. Breathe. And bring your block with you, come all the way up. Parallel feet. Left toes in, right toes out. Bend your right knee, put your block down. This time with your left hand on your left hip. Slide the left foot forward a few inches. Slide the block forward a good 6 inches. Press down in your earthy right foot and lift your left leg up so that it comes parallel to the ground. Again, make both feet strong, even the one that's in the air. And extend your left arm straight up. This is a wonderful pose for just improving the overall strength of your legs. Sometimes we think of it as like a flexibility pose, but the top leg is quite engaged, it's lifting. And the bottom leg needs to remain strong even as it opens up. Push down on the mound of your right big toe. Externally rotate your right thigh in the hip socket. And from your strong legs, lengthen your waist, open your chest. Take a big step back to come down. Turn your feet parallel, second side. Right toes in, left toes out. Bend your left knee. Same process. You slide the right foot forward, slide your block forward. Ground your bottom foot as you lift your top one. Again, I like to have the hand on block because find that instead of me trying to stretch down, it helps me strengthen my legs and lengthen out. So it's not about touching your hand to the ground. This one, in fact, makes it more about you engaging both legs and lengthening your torso out. When you feel reasonably poised, stretch your top arm up to the sky. Ground the mound of your left big toe. Externally rotate your left thigh and grow your waist into your wide open chest. Big step back to come down. You can leave the block where it is. Turn your feet parallel. Jump the feet and hands all the way together. So already when you just stand in this mountain pose, you'll feel a residual tone in the muscles around your knees. You'll feel an alertness in your feet. And I don't know about you, but I already have a little sweat going. A warmth. It's like the legs have a radiant warmth. So many more things we could do in this practice, but for now, we'll just call it at that. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.